each other in conferences. So I can sort of understand it, although I can sort of, unlike some of them that really get into it, I can sort of step one step out of the circle and say, yeah, I'm hippity hop mad, but it is sort of funny, isn't it? But whatever. It usually takes me a bit to come to that. So I can understand it.
What is he talking about?
Or gals. There's lots of them too. And they're all males. We're not in total agreement about a number of things. And the conservative people, they're called the Not Before Clovis camp, led by this Vance Haynes, went around the sites for decades, including doing all these just horrible things and acting totally unprofessional. But the site that I'm going to get to, and I'll get to some others when we get into the specific sites and the distribution map from north to south. It's called the Paleo Crossing site over near Elyria. Paleo Crossing, one word. I don't make these names up, other people do it. It's okay, I guess, but I wouldn't call it that. We're adding to cutting edge research, and we're starting to find out more about these people. And we've pushed the date back for Paleo-Indians, never mind pre-Paleo-Indian or pre-projectile point people, a little bit in time, because up till just a few years ago, Paleo-Indians were bracketed between 9500 BC and about 7600 BC. Anywhere you wanted to look, period. Now, with a few sites, we're getting dates that are a little bit earlier. It's not changing things significantly, but it's saying that Paleo-Indians were here not starting at 9500 BC, but at least back as far as 13,200 BC. So it adds a few thousand years. I doubt it's going to go much further than that. And I only say it on the basis, and others do too, the ones that know. The data that's being on for sites and dates that's being built up to about that period of time is not Paleo-Indian. And so it's assumed around that period of time is the beginning. Now, this conservative group, because of this find and a couple of others, and we will talk about them, one near Pittsburgh, just outside of Pittsburgh, which has dates older than that connect directly to the Kamchatka Peninsula on the Soviet side. I'll get you in 1 second. Just outside of Pittsburgh, and we'll talk about when we get there, we can make direct connections at 14,000 BC to the Kamchatka Peninsula here. The site is called Meadow Croft Rock Shelter. It's not a cave, it's technically a rock shelter, but it's sort of like a small cave. With multiple layers, and we don't care about any of it. It comes right up into historic colonial times with pioneers living in there. I don't know if they're out hunting or something. We don't care about any of that stuff. We're only going to look at the lower layers when we get to it. So what the message here is, Paleo-Indian and early man research has been going on. More and more is recognized. We're finding out more and more, but some of the earliest, only in the last several years, on the two continents, is turning out right in our backyard. It's, if somebody says to me, are you surprised? I would say maybe a little bit, but it can be here, it can be down in Texas.